Welcome to our channel. This was G's first time ever visiting Austin, Texas as a lifelong Californian. This is somewhere you'd always talk about and you'd been wanting to visit for years. And we finally decided to spontaneously book our flights and visit Austin for 4 days. We just got back to LA and we wanted to do a recap of our entire experience. For anybody that's thinking of traveling to Austin soon, or maybe as a possible stop in the future, this is for you. So, why did we choose to visit Austin?
So I had been drawn to Austin for a few years now, and I knew it was always something about the sense of community out there. I saw a lot of people in business that I follow start moving there. There's a few other people just in entertainment that have moved to Austin, and I thought, I've lived in LA my whole life, and the years of coming here and having a chance to really make something of yourself, I think have already occurred, and it's LA's too built out. So I thought there was something calling me to Austin because they had that feel of it's so new. I could really get there and we could do something and make a name for ourselves and help the community or be a part of a community. To me, the people were really vibrant and everybody was willing to just stop and talk to you. And there was a giant line, like for the coffee shop, it happened to us twice. There's a huge line and we took about 5-10 minutes talking and they were just super open to talk. It didn't feel like anybody was in this crazy rush. And I felt this, like, just to me, it was this huge energy. People were just really excited and happy to be here. And it seems like the majority of people either lived here and have seen lots of changes, so they have mixed feelings. And then the other crowd is, I just moved here and I'm so excited to be here. So that's what I got from the people.
Nice. So what about the food?
So I was shocked that I had great food. And that's not to say anything about Texas. Most of the cities I visited, I've gone to visit St. Louis. I've been in the Midwest and I didn't get great barbecue. Here in LA, I never really had great barbecue. Texas, it was freaking amazing. I had amazing barbecue. It gave me California vibes because someone like Wolfgang Puck, he took a pizza and then put smoked salmon on top with caviar. And that was like, what? Like people's minds were blown. But that became very Californian, which was you're mixing different cultures because we're all this one melting pot.
Okay, cool. So for me, food was, the main things that I got were the barbecue and the breakfast tacos. Those are two things that Texas is known for. And those were the two main things that I was focused on trying. And so we pretty much just tried a few different breakfast taco spots. One of them was amazing. The other one I thought was kind of average. What were they called? The really good ones?
Veracruz tacos.
Veracruz tacos. So we ate there a couple of times because it was right next to this Nudo coffee, which we also thought was amazing. So they were right next to each other, so we would get the coffee and we'd get the breakfast tacos. And we got those a few days out of the 4 days we were there. Yes. So that was amazing. Getting the breakfast tacos was top on my list. And then the barbecue, I've never had barbecue that good.
Dude,
and where did we go? It was called Black's.
We're gonna get hated on because it's probably not the most. It's probably not the best one there.
Well, supposedly
I loved it. Yeah,
Franklin's
we
is the
just
best, right?
Those lines were crazy.
And they close at 3. So we were working a few of the days, so we didn't really get to experience Franklin's. But
we went to Black's.
We're gonna put the name.
But shout out to them.
We'll put the name right now.
Regardless, it was amazing. So if there's that many amazing.
That place was incredible.
Spots.
What was the thing that we got that would just melt off the rib? It was the
beef.
It was the beef rib?
Yeah, the beef rib.
Something like that.
Beef ribs were amazing.
That was my favorite.
Brisket was great.
I thought the brisket was great, but the beef rib was just
pork ribs were just, they taste like everything else, right?
Yeah. But even just the vibe, you can tell that it was just high quality. I'm not used to eating barbecue that good, and that was my favorite. We still haven't tried Franklin's, but so I'm excited for that.
And the last thing, I'm throwing my little thing in the bucket, in the spirit of competition and being inspired. I think I can make a better breakfast taco.
Okay, so number 4 is entertainment/nightlife.
This is tough for me because I am not a huge nightlife person, at least not right now. So my nightlife there, I wasn't too into it. I can't even really speak on it. I believe you've gone before and you might have a better idea. But you showed me the main street and I thought it was awesome, but it just, to me, wasn't a big appeal for the city of Austin. I just think you could find that anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, this time we didn't really go out much because we had to wake up early. We were working, and we were, we had things planned out early in the morning. So we didn't really go out except the one night that we tried to get into Joe Rogan's comedy club, which is called the Mothership. I had to go check it out, and I tried to get us tickets the day we landed, but everything was sold out.
Yeah.
So we then went to there. We got on the waiting list, and they sit you in this bar bar called Mitzi's. Next up is transportation. So how did we get around?
So we definitely came in with the idea, we'll just Uber everywhere. We're gonna be staying right in the middle of Austin. Things are close, or let's walk because we'll be able to explore the city. We can rent bikes. We checked Uber from the airport just to get to our first Airbnb. It was gonna be about $50?
$25 one way.
So we were just guesstimating things are gonna be anywhere from $20 to $30 for about this distance, which then we thought, well, what do we want to do? And we quickly realized, hey, that's actually gonna add up. And then I checked the rental on Turo, and it was gonna be about $200 for the whole trip. Then Ivo, for 4 days, then Ivo found that you can now rent a car on Uber, and it ended up being, I think, even a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, it was $188 for 4 days.
Yeah, so then when we did the math, we went, and just to get to the car rental, it was about $50.
No, it was like 25.
Oh, it was 25 too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Something
okay,
like that.
never mind. So, we thought it was gonna be 25, but when you book that rental, they pick you up from the airport for free and shuttle you back. Mm-hmm. So the car was the absolute slam dunk.
The city of Austin and downtown Austin is way smaller than what we've been used to in LA. Mm-hmm. And LA is very kind of sprawled out, and there's a lot of traffic just because the population is so huge compared to the majority of cities on the planet. And with Austin is big and it's a metropolis, but it still has a smaller kind of city feel to it, right? And it's still growing. So you can get to we got to everything that we wanted to within 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The farthest we went out was to go to Lake Travis. And again, having the car, can you imagine Ubering to Lake Travis?
Yeah.
It just wouldn't have been feasible. So booking the car was essential for us. And then even Lake Travis was just like 30 minutes out, and you're in this totally beautiful lake environment. We went to the Oasis to eat, which the food wasn't the greatest, but the view was really nice. Right, and
then coming back,
the entire view of the lake.
Coming back, we ended up in another area that was very foresty. There was deers when we woke up. There's deer running around everywhere. So having the car allowed us to do all of these extra activities, and definitely would recommend it. Right.
So main attractions, tourist tours, museums. One of the things we went to was Barton Springs. That was the first time I'd ever been, and it impressed me. I had heard about it. You already know it's going to be one of the top things that people want to do when they're in Austin. And because it doesn't have a beach, I'm a huge beach guy. I wanted to live next to a beach, and I was exploring Florida and everywhere that has oceans. And so for me, that was important. And once we got there, it doesn't have a beach, but it has a beautiful lake running throughout the entire city. And then Barton Springs is kind of like the crown jewel, where it's like this natural spring, giant swimming pool. Zilker Park, we just drove by. We didn't get to go there. Of course, Lady Bird Lake, which is the Colorado River, but it's running right through the middle of the center.
And then it's dammed, right?
Yeah, and it's also, there's like a part of it.
Yeah. That was a dam that we drove through the backside by the Oracle.
Right. So there's that, but it's called Lady Bird Lake. And then we got to go on the hiking trail that that's right along the actual lake downtown, right in downtown Austin. I thought this was beautiful. This sold me on the city. And this is the second time that I've been on it. And I had forgotten how beautiful, how peaceful walking down that strip of hiking trail is. And I absolutely loved it. Just the trees are turning yellow and they're kind of orange, so you get that fall vibe. It was fresh and there's shade, and you see the beautiful water on your left side, and then just trail, everybody's exercising. people were so fit.
Yeah,
Bro,
that
can
was
we talk
crazy.
about how fit
Yeah,
people
it
look in
was-
Austin?
It was ridiculous.
It was pretty awesome and inspiring, and we were like, all right, we're gonna get. On
We
our
were
feet.
at Ann and Roy Butler Hike and Bike Trail.
Okay,
That's
cool.
where we were.
So that was the trail, and to me that was beautiful. Euro vibes the whole time I was there, which is
Yeah.
maybe one of the reasons why I loved it so much. So let's talk about working remotely. So we
both-
got there on Thursday, sort of morning, and so we're both working remotely on Thursday and Friday. And did we work from the Airbnbs at all?
We did not.
But
Did
that's
not.
usually one of the places, if you have good Wi-Fi, which the majority of Airbnbs nowadays,
Can.
as far as I've seen, they usually all have Wi-Fi,
Yeah,
right?
things-
So you can pretty much work from any Airbnb.
Our
but-
hotspots work better than Wi-Fi.
Or, yeah,
sometimes.
seriously. We worked remotely from coffee shops. And I forgot exactly the name of them, but we went to one on Friday, and we really worked a few hours from there. It was just really cool vibes, other people working remotely from there. It's kind of quiet, and we were being respectful of everyone because everyone was just working there
Yeah.
and just kind of just being quiet. But it was nice.
Doesn't work for phone calls.
It was
We
nice
had to take
vibes.
some phone.
Yeah.
I had to take some phone calls,
Same.
and it was.
We had to go
kinda-
outside.
Yeah, it was. It seemed awkward, right, to take it there.
Yeah, so I wish places had more places. I wish there were more places to take phone calls from in
Yeah.
cafes. But, for now, that's pretty much where we worked from. So the last thing is going to be social life and socializing.
The third space is kind of alive and ready to really thrive here.
Which is rare for the US, I would say.
Yeah, you have
Right.
you have a better insight on that. We don't really use third spaces that much. I think that's what I loved about Austin so much is that Barton Springs, the trails along the river, some of these amazing outside spaces designed for the food trucks, Enfield, and then where the Snula was. It just felt so awesome to go in there and you could strike up a conversation with anyone, communal tables.
Yes, and I
Everything
think that's
about
a
it I
big
loved.
part of why.
Yeah.
There were multiple places we ate at or just got coffee at or just hung out to get food where there were communal tables. So this is how we actually talked to a lot of people. We talked to vendors.
Yeah.
We stayed in Airbnb rooms, and so we got to meet and interact and talk with the hosts.
Which is what we love about Airbnb.
And we were kind of just asking, I don't know if it's when it's your first time in a city, at least me personally, I feel like I'm a little more social and outgoing and kind of open to just asking people or talking to people. And so that's the vibe that I got from others as well, because from what at least I got was that a lot of people in Austin have moved there. And so they're also just trying to create their own friend groups, meet people, socialize. So the fact that you had this dynamic of other people, people getting there and also looking to interact, it just kind of made it way easier than the majority of any other city I've ever been to, other than to me, a New York City. So what would you do differently next time to maximize your experience in Austin even more?
I think I would definitely book in advance a comedy show. I think there's a vibrant community there for stand-up, so it would have been awesome to have seen that. I would have done that differently. I would have had my running shoes, swim trunks, and made time to rent some kayaks, go paddle boarding, right? I would have in advance looked up some types of clubs that are meeting, so we could have immediately just met a lot more people. And then I would have definitely visited a pickleball club.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on. I would say all of the above. And one of the things I'd want to point out is we didn't take trunks because we thought it's the middle of November. It's going to be cold, low 40s at night. But it ended up being in the 80s in the day, the low 80s.
Yeah.
So
and I just
in
saw
the middle of
someone
November-
that they were saying that Austin, you can just experience cold, windy, rain, hot, all in one day, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, I can
definitely
see
got
that. I can
definitely
see
got because there was some where it said it's gonna be 80, 90.
Yeah.
And then the morning I was freezing because I didn't bring a sweater because I thought it would be so hot. And then later on it got hot. So yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, for me, I think the only thing in addition to what you said, I would love to go see some museums, and I love booking excursions or different type of experiences, like Airbnb experiences or Viator or Viator. TripAdvisor. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's another one, I think. But yeah, the different types of travel excursions and activities. I love that, and I would have definitely wanted to be on a boat
Groupon.
at some point.
You're thinking of Groupon.
Some type of boat activity,
Yeah.
and that would have been perfect for me. So
Yeah, if you own a boat in Austin, hit us up.
yes, especially a yacht, a mega yacht. Jeff Bezos, we're talking to you. So final thoughts and verdict.
Yeah, to me, final thoughts is Austin was everything I expected. And it's usually hard to hit your expectations. It wasn't that I had my expectations set at a crazy bar. Everything that I had gotten from the sense of people that I've followed or seen or have friends that have gone, have told me about it. It was just this vibrant, alive city with people excited to be there and live there, and mixed in with locals who are maybe upset. But I think this is just the way things work, and I've always related it to, I've never been a fan of someone saying, I discovered this band, shame on you for finally hearing about them and making them too popular. It's an amazing band. Like, everyone should get to hear this. That's not a bad thing. So I would end it with just not a huge fan of that, huge fan of getting to really get a better sense of what it means to be Texan, what it means to have lived in Austin and seen it grow and get a better feel for all that. But I loved it. To me, it was like a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And for me, I would say the biggest takeaway that I got from it this time, this was my 3rd time visiting. And this time I really got the sense that I've seen 2 types of cities. Cities where people live in, and then cities where the city itself feels like it's alive and it has a life of its own. It has a culture, it has a vibe, it's vibrant, it's exciting, there's a lot happening, and there's an energy about it that makes you feel like something is happening here. It's a special place, and the city is itself alive. Yeah. That's what I got with Austin, which I haven't experienced in the U.S. as much. You know, I've been looking at different cities in the U.S. that I wanted to have that feeling. New York City is one of the other places where, to me, I get that. And then it's just like the Parises, the Madrids, the Barcelonas, a lot of European cities. And in Austin, I got it, bro. And that's, to me, what I took away from it this time.
Dude, I love it. I love it. The only thing I'll add, and we can cut this out, Austin needs its Statue of Liberty. It needs its come one, come all, like, really embody that. And I think
Tower.
it needs, and that's the crazy thing about, these are monster businesses for the city itself. I forgot how much revenue the Statue of Liberty brings in, but it's in the like hundreds of millions, because so many people now come to New York and do this activity every single time. So it's a great idea as a city to have this.
I like that.
This like business that's thriving and encouraging people to come and it.
What is going to be Austin's?
What would Austin, you know? But and it's a cool business concept. So like Austin City, hit us up. Not just kidding. But it'd be really cool if they built some sculpture, some giant thing that is like a beacon of come here. We're Austin. So
come on, come on.
Yeah. But
so
all right.
That was our experience in Austin.
All right. Boom. We're done.
And that's a wrap. Let's go get some Naked Espresso.